In order to bring home the resources from my offshore rigs, I need two things, a cargo ship and a canal. Currently, I've got half a canal and the machines to help me dig the rest of it, but no cargo ship. So today, I'm gonna fix that. I need to design and build a cargo ship capable of moving massive amounts of materials autonomously, which means it actually needs to be a crate mod train. That's right, a boat is actually a train. Let's get started. Oh, I'm just doing a bit of river dredging. You see, I was eating lunch and I didn't want to start talking. I was like, well, I kind of have to break this canal still. I have to get a path over here. I guess I'll just do that while I've been here for a little while. So why don't we start the video now? So last time I started making this canal and we got all the way from over here in this ocean area to right here, pretty much. And since then I've gone and removed this section, and let's turn this off now. We are going to be switching gears though, because this canal will just get done over time. What we really need is a cargo ship. So my ship here can pretty easily fit through the canal, but the cargo ship is going to be quite a bit bigger. Now it's not going to be like evergreen sized. We're not blocking the Suez Canal here. It's just, well, going to be a little bit longer than 60 blocks. So I think we're at 52. We have what is that, 11 blocks of clearance here? Yeah, we have 11 blocks. We could basically make it up to 10 blocks of draft, although we're not going to end up doing that. Okay, so it's a little over 40 blocks wide. We're not probably going to need it to be 40 blocks wide, but we've got basically, it cannot be more than 10 blocks of draft, and it cannot be more than, I don't know, let's say 35 blocks wide. I might even be pushing it a little bit. It might not need to be that wide. For reference, this thing is 11 blocks wide. So what we're going to do now is go over to another world, a creative version of this world, and start designing a cargo ship. So that's 35 blocks wide. I want to go check that in the canal, actually, just so that I know what I'm looking at, because it's hard to judge here. I mean, I know what it is, but just seeing it is always better. Here we go. Okay, that's 35. That's actually quite a bit larger than I expected, as you can see here. So maybe I will make it a little bit smaller. Maybe 31. Let's check here while we're here. So 35, that's gonna take 4 off. So that's 31. What about 29? I'm more worried about it turning. Not so, yeah, I could fit fine, but it has to make these turns. Look, it's a train. Would it be able to do it? Yeah, because it can phase through other blocks. However, that would look stupid, obviously. I'm gonna have to wing a lot of this since I don't have any measurements or anything specific. So here, let's just say deck, and then all this is above the waterline, still above the waterline. All the pictures of these types of cargo ships I've seen ride pretty low in the water, unlike the container ships, which are really high up. That might not make sense for the scale. It might need to be maybe 7 or something. I have 11 blocks of clearance, so I don't think I want to do more than 9 under the water, 9 draft. So why don't we just lift this up now so it's not sitting there. So about like that. Very boxy. It's a Minecraft ship, obviously, so it's going to be a brick. Of course. Very realistic. So I want to have 4 sections on this thing, and I want the sections to be modular in that if I ever wanted more or less, I can just add more or less without really changing the way the ship works. Because it really is, I think, going to be that simple. This is not a complicated military vessel. This is 2 out of 3 sections of the cargo ship. This first section here is the tileable cargo hold area. I can just stick as many of these in the line as I want the ship to have. So that's going to be pretty convenient. I'll show you what I've got. This is going to open those doors up there. It's kind of hard to see from down here, but that opens both of these. And so when the train is deformed, if you want to do that, you can do that. Or, I mean, I guess you don't have to make this a train as well. There's nothing particularly special about it that makes it have to be a train. It could just be turned into a physics entity if you really wanted. You'd have to adjust some stuff to make it flow properly, but that would also work, and then these doors would work. Unfortunately, they won't work well to train though. But then we have the front here, which is a unique section. It's its own thing, but I mean, it starts here, and then you could just get rid of it and move it or something if you wanted. It is entirely decorative at this point. This bottom part was kind of difficult to get, like this weird thing that happens under the water line where it sticks out, but I think I got a pretty decent representation of it. So what I want to try to do now is copy this front thing and tile it a couple times. I think I want 4. Let's try 4, and if it looks really short for some reason, then I'll do 5, I guess. So now we're at 3. Normally these things would have more than 4 in real life, so it may look kind of abbreviated with only 4 of them at the way I built this. That looks really cool though. I feel like it is gonna look really short with 4. I should probably add 5. Besides, odd numbers typically look better when you're building stuff, so I will just do an extra one. So it is still gonna be slightly stubby probably. I mean, if you look at the pictures of these things, they have like 6, 7, 8. They have a lot of them. These ships are pretty insanely huge in real life, but this is, I think, gonna be just fine for our purposes now, and will look pretty decent. Oh look, it does work all at once. See? Look, that's so cool. I'd say the ship is done now, so we're ready to try to turn this into a train. I'll probably even try to turn it into like an actual ship just for fun and see what happens. Because, I mean, some of you may want to do that. It'll be like available on Patreon probably, along with a separate schematic of just the cargo section so that you can add as many as you want and try to make that convenient. And honestly, probably should have like 7 or something to look not slightly stubby, because it still looks slightly stubby. But I'm a little worried about the train performance with this thing, since that's mainly what it's being designed for at the moment, which is why I'm not making full interiors for this right now. Maybe in the future, but probably not. And then if you go all the way down to the bottom, down all these staircases. Oh wait, I'm missing a staircase. Shoot, I need to add that. There is a little thing here, and because of my magically increased power of the valve handle, it can open all of these things. That was increased from the tank, I think, by the way. I didn't do that just for this. It's kind of silly, but I'm not going to bother putting like a power plant on this thing right now since it's mainly a train. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, it needs to be bigger. Oh, jeez. Not the width. I mean, kind of the width, though. Oh, my goodness. Well, I hopefully will have some time to work on that today. I do want to just try the train thing out now. Oh, the train things are gonna be so annoying with the glue, though. Oh my god. Okay guys, so I made a backup of this and I've put a million glue sections around it. Like, look at the map. Each purple thing is a glue section. So it was already lagging while doing that, so I don't know, maybe I was overzealous with my build and made it too big. So I'm gonna try to assemble this now. Too many blocks in the contraption. Oh, where is that? That's not where. Oh my god. Contraptions. Max blocks moved. What's 4 times that? 16,388? Is that what it is? I hope it... Oh my gosh. It's got more than 16,000 blocks. It's not looking good, guys. I don't know if that's right. Here, I hope it doesn't have more. Oh, good. So, it's gone now. I wonder if it's gonna come back. Do we think it's gonna come back? happens if I unassemble it? Ooh, it's crashing the game now. Nice. Nice. Oh. It's back. Okay, well, come on. Can't you make the train? Like, can you not be cringe? I'm gonna run some experiments with this. I don't think the train is, like, gone. Right, so I guess it just has a problem with it being too big. So I would like to try something now. What's the equivalent of the Tonk meme but for ships? Like, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. I think I've included in my video where I first made a tank. But this is the ship version of that, where it's just a full-scale bridge and a full-scale bow, and then a really short middle section. And this thing is a train, or maybe it's about to be. Maybe I undid it. Now this is a train. That's a ship. That's a really short ship. What a strange vehicle, by the way. So I am glad that I made this thing have modular sections, because it made it really easy to just take 3 of the cargo holds out and leave it with 2 there. So I don't know what the limit is. Maybe I could have more. Maybe I could. Maybe this is the limit already. I don't particularly know. But I am gonna go with this for the train design. And if you want to make it bigger and make it a physics entity, well, you can probably do that. I actually want to do that right now. Time for another big test. Here is the full ship that I made. Let's turn it into an actual ship and see what happens. Whew, here we go. What's it gonna do? Oh, we're falling. Yay, okay. So that's good. It fell down. And am I sitting on the ocean monument? I feel like I probably am. Here, watch this. Okay, good. So it's not stuck on anything. So let's get inside of it. And luckily it is, it's not really lagging at all. And this is a big ship. This is a lot bigger than the Corvette. So let's start spamming floaters and try to get above water. So now it's floating at the right height with the ship helm. But if I get rid of the ship helm, is it going to capsize? I bet it's... Well, it might not capsize, but it's going to start bouncing. Either way, it passed the big first test of just not breaking the game. Obviously, these physics entities are way more performance friendly for some reason than trains themselves, because we're kind of running this thing as a physics entity, the full size with no issue. So I built this giant ballast strip that goes all the way down the middle, and it's at the bottom of the ship. So let's try to, let's get this back to the surface, and I want to see if this makes it flow properly. I hope it does. I forgot, it's actually weighted much more at the back because the bridge is here, so I want to remove some of the weight in the back of the ship, because it's got a lot more up top. What's it gonna do? I just got rid of the ship helm. If it's balanced right, it should do absolutely nothing. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. You'll love to see it. So now it's a free-floating physics entity boat. We're getting good performance for this size, so my fears of a giant battleship causing too many problems just got a lot lessened. You have to let me know a good name for this ship. Like, whoever comments the best version of the Tonk meme, but for ships, is what I'll name this vessel here. But time to go over to the other world and build my very small cargo ship. I'll build it here in the shipyard because it's cool. I just need to make sure it goes at the right height for the water line, because I'm going to drive it out of here on train tracks. It's very bizarre. I don't even have to flood it, honestly. I probably won't. Shouldn't be that diverse of a material list. It's not, relatively speaking. Just, it's going to be a lot of concrete and then loco metal. Well guys, the rainstorm showed up, the one that I cycled through really fast in the time-lapse to make go away. Only I'm not going to do that this time because we're in survival again. So, everything is here, presumably, unless I was lied to by the material checklist, which is rather common. Here's where things get interesting. My stubby train ship is done. So I'm gonna open this thing so that we can leave. And I need some phantom rails. I've been stockpiling phantom membranes for a while, so I have almost 500 of them. So let's grab a few stacks. And the great thing is that one of them turns into half of a stack of rails. So I shouldn't need a lot of them. And if it weren't for phantom rails, I literally would have already removed phantoms from the game. I would have added like a command block or done something to just kill them, or a mod to remove them. This is the only reason I'm keeping them in the game. They're so retarded otherwise. So one stack gave me 2,048 of them, coincidentally filling up a storage door completely. So that's pretty cool. So I got 6,144 phantom tracks. That's gonna be enough. I'm very confident, guys, so it's gonna be enough to make a track, I guess, from somewhere over here down to here. Okay, I'm not so confident anymore. Oh yeah. Oh my god. I wish it had worked with the full-size thing. Maybe it could have worked with 3 sections. Maybe it would have worked with 4. I'm not really sure. Or perhaps it's my own fault for building this scale at all. Oh well, that doesn't particularly matter anymore. What does matter are my phantom rails. Do I have any other blocks? Now here's the tricky part. Figuring out where to put the train station so that it recognizes the train here. Let's try right there. Yep, I got it. Oh, it's world specific. Darn it, I forgot. Thank you. Well, behold, here's the train. I mean the boat. I mean the short boat. I mean the cargo ship. There's a lot of different things. I can start moving this, which is always a good thing, but I don't want to move it that far because I'm going to run out of rails immediately for this thing to go on. Oh look, it's already in the water though. See? The front of it is in the water. Well, I guess I just have to make a giant 180-degree turn this way. That look at me basically out of the harbor, but then there's this area over here which is just really shallow. I don't get what it is with, I mean these are basically vanilla generated oceans mostly. I don't get what it is with them being so shallow. It's like if this were real life, it'd be like a shallow lake, and it claims to be an ocean biome. I beg to differ. Regardless, let's move on out. I'm going to, I guess, dig this out and then lay a big rail all the way to about this area, and we'll move the ship down there and have it be waiting at the other end of the future canal. If you look closely, you can see a little line that goes from here all the way down south and then eventually east over to this spot where it runs aground and there is no canal, which we need to do something about. Well, let's get the ship over there, shall we? Not very fast, mind you. I'm not supposed to go like zoom like turbo speed. That's not how this thing works. It's already bad enough that it can turn this easily. But we're gonna make our way over there, and I'm probably gonna collect every single piece of kelp that... Well, that's awkward. Speaking of kelp, maybe kelp blocked something. Oh yeah, it did. There's the beach ship right there. You can see it's literally in the ground, I'm pretty sure. It's a little bit problematic, but it can't go any farther until I have a big canal from over here. And I just got done widening this section quite a bit more, so we've got plenty of room for this to fit through. Not a big concern other than this area here. But that's where we're gonna have to end this video, guys. Next time we're gonna probably try to do something about the lava situation. I have a feeling that I ran out of lava at these rigs, and they run off lava. That's how you get the resources from the vents. And it was drawing from a finite lava chamber underground, which is probably already exhausted. Not really sure how we're gonna do that. We'll have to see. I've got a few different ideas. I just need to think about the best way to do that. And somewhere in there, we're gonna fit in finishing this canal, because that's basically equally as important as well. But if you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you guys next time.